6 huge Casualty spoilers for next week. In the imminent episode of Casualty, Faith grapples with challenges during her inaugural day back at her professional duties. Rash assumes additional responsibilities but harbors reservations regarding his preparedness, and Stevie hastily draws inferences about the newly arrived individual, Harry. A comprehensive compilation of noteworthy occurrences in the upcoming episode, so here are 6 huge Casualty spoilers for next week. 1. Faith returns to work. Faith re-enters the emergency department, fraught with trepidation about the forthcoming reception. Her aspirations for an inconspicuous arrival shatter as an inquisitive Harry halts her progress, unaware of her identity. Stevie intercedes, prompting an apology from Harry, who elucidates that he is merely executing his duties. 2. Rash gets a confidence boost. Rash attends to Josie, a general practitioner experiencing chest discomfort. When Rash proposes a course of treatment, Josie harbors skepticism, but her doubt transforms into delight as Rash's recommendations yield positive results. Rash, content with his achievement, earns admiration from Josie. So much so, Josie is elated to the extent that she advocates for Dylan to bestow additional responsibilities upon Rash. 3. Faith is left injured. After an initially challenging commencement, Faith, revitalized, prepares to commence her shift, focusing on minor responsibilities. However, when handed a body camera, Faith begins to question the efficacy of Stevie's stringent, zero-tolerance measures. The situation takes a twist as Faith apprehends her patient, Matt, in the act of consuming drugs, promptly instructing him back to the cubicle. Matt resists, striking Faith to the ground. Adhering to the newly instilled safety protocols, Harry promptly intervenes, and Cam activates his own body camera in response. 4. Faith and Stevie clash. Following the altercation with Matt, Faith bears the marks of her ordeal, bloodied and bruised, yet resolute to persist. Although she consents to don a body camera, her reluctance to press charges against Matt sparks disapproval from Stevie, who staunchly upholds the necessity of the new measures. Expressing her sense of marginalization within the imposed constraints, Faith questions Stevie's confidence in her abilities. Stevie contends with the responsibility of managing a department and prioritizing the safety of the entire team. Nonetheless, it becomes apparent that Faith is poised to defy established protocols. In an act of protest, Faith removes the body camera and departs, leaving Stevie to ponder the true beneficiaries of the recently implemented regime. 5. Rash makes a decision. Acting upon Josie's counsel, Dylan invites Rash to spearhead the treatment for patient Florin, a responsibility Rash handles adeptly. Despite his initial buoyancy, Rash's elation is short-lived when Ngozi encounters difficulty obtaining a pulse in Florin's arm, unveiling the presence of a blood clot. Haunted by the gravity of his oversight, Rash comes to the conclusion that the present moment is ill-suited for advancing to a consultant role, especially given the ongoing responsibilities tied to his father. However, upon returning home, Rash is confronted with the disheartening reality that Ashok fails to recognize him, displaying a preference for interaction with Rita instead. This leaves Rash contemplating whether his career decision was indeed the right one. 6. Stevie jumps to the wrong conclusions. Recently appointed as the clinical lead, Stevie tends to Mel, who presents with a potential cracked rib following a fall. Upon a closer examination, Stevie's suspicions are aroused as she observes Mel concealing additional bruises. Despite Mel's insistence on the incident being accidental, Stevie remains uneasy and endeavors to unravel the underlying circumstances. To her astonishment, Stevie discovers that Mel's husband is none other than Harry, and the two share a son. Stevie becomes convinced that Harry is to blame but is mortified to learn she is wrong, and has jumped to a massive conclusion. Stay tuned for the drama, the suspense, and the unexpected moments that make Casualty a must-watch. Subscribe now, and let's dive into the next week together. Thanks for being part of our community.